Hey guys, it's Jake FPR Geek here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we do have another FIFA 23 player review for you today, and we've got it around Christopher Nkunku, the French Leipzig midfielder slash attacker. He can play multiple positions, which is really cool. So yeah, let's get into his player data now. So he's 5'9", he's high medium work rate, he's got the 5-star skill moves, which is absolutely massive. He's got 3-star weak foot and he is right footed. And then he can also play cam, centre forward and striker, which is really nice. He comes out as a centre forward. He's pretty easy to get into squads, which is really nice. And as I said, he plays for Leipzig in the Bundesliga and he's French, which is really good for links and linking into, teams and stuff. So let's get into his attributes now. And as you can see there, he's got some all-round really nice stats. On paper, he looks like an absolutely exceptional card. And before the game was released, when his card was announced, everyone was going crazy for him, which is why his price shot up on release day. It literally went from like 60, 70k to 150k on the day, so everyone was really excited to use him. And I can understand why. He's got that 87 acceleration, 89 sprint speed, which is really decent pace. Obviously with the 5-star skill moves, the really good links, the really nice dribbling, shooting, passing, even defending. He's just like, I mean, obviously defending's not amazing, but if you played him sort of that right centre mid in a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, I reckon he could be really good there, because he's got decent physicals and then some decent defending, so he could kind of be your attacking centre midfielder if you've got the other two quite defensive. But yeah, I used him mainly in cam in a 4-2-3-1. I'm kind of mixing my formations at the moment. I'm kind of going to 4-1-2-1-2 narrow and 4-2-3-1. But for this review, I remember I did play Nkunku in the 4-2-3-1. Played him predominantly in cam, and then I did try him in striker a few games. But yeah, I believe I played him in cam most of the time because I felt like that was his best position, just because some of the cons that I will go through a bit later on. But yeah, so his traits, he's got some really nice traits here. He's got the finesse shot trait, which is always handy to have. Flair, playmaking CPU AI, which is good. The outside foot shot, which arguably the best trait in this game, just because how overpowered outside foot shots are. I only just started to really test the waters with that. When I was reviewing this guy about a few days ago, I wasn't really trying his outside the foot shot, so it's really nice for him to have that trait because it is so important in this year's FIFA. And then he's also got the technical dribbler, which is really nice as well. Let's get into the clips now. As you can see, I did play 10 games with him. I scored 6 goals and got 6 assists with him. As I said, I did play him in the 4-2-3-1 formation predominantly. I started him out in striker for the first couple of games, but I found his shooting to be a little bit inconsistent. As you can see, that's one of the cons, which we'll go through in a minute. But yeah, I did play him in the 4-2-3-1, mainly in striker, as I put the finisher chem style on him because I want to up his shooting a bit. But in hindsight, finding out that he's a much better cam, I would have probably put a more midfielder based chem style on him. But finisher seemed to work really nice with me anyway. And yeah, going into his pros, I would say first of all his pace is really nice. Obviously in FIFA you always need high pace, so that 87 acceleration, 89 sprint speed, that did feel like that in game. There's been a lot of players in this game, Vinicius Jr., one of them, who has a bit of like fake pace, which for Nkunku that wasn't really the case, which was really nice. His pace is really decent. Dribbling, he's actually probably one of the best dribblers I've used in this game. There's something about him. His left stick dribbling just feels really nice. He just feels really responsive. I don't know what his reactions. His reaction's 85, so yeah, it must have been something to do with his reactions, and then combined with all of his really high dribbling stats, I just thought he was really nice in game. That was actually probably one of the best pros about him. So if you're looking for, that's why I think he works in cam better, because you really need those high responsive dribbling players in that cam role. And I thought he worked really well there, and I wish I played more games with him in that cam position. But yeah, going into his next pro, I'd probably have to obviously say the 5-star skill moves. They obviously come in handy all the time. People are saying you don't really need 5-star skill moves in this FIFA, but you can never go wrong with having them, can you? So yeah, I thought that was really nice. And obviously the outside foot shot, which I did speak about before going through his player traits. I think outside foot shot is probably one of the most important traits in this year's FIFA. As I said, I didn't really try his outside foot shot that much, but I think going forward I would have had a lot of fun using it. So yeah, that's obviously a massive pro. And then going into the cons, it would have to be that 3-star weak foot. Sometimes his passing can go astray a little bit. They're just not as powerful on that 3-star weak foot. And then his shooting was probably his biggest con for me and his biggest disappointment for this card, especially because I was so hyped to use it just because it looks like such a fun, usable card in this year's FIFA. But yeah, his shooting just let me down. It was sometimes weak. You see there, with left foot shot there, a bit inaccurate. But yeah, sometimes it was just a little bit weak, a little bit inaccurate. Inside the box is fine and everything, but there's something about it. I don't know if it was his, what's his shot power? So, shot power 79, he's finishing 86, yeah, so maybe it's something to do with shot power, but even though 79 is quite decent. Yeah, but just sometimes it just felt like, you know, it was just a little bit inaccurate. I don't know if it was me I just need to get used to shooting a bit more, so maybe now I've played a lot more FIFA, I could use him again, and you know, hopefully I can get a bit more enjoyment out of him. But I would still say I'd recommend him in cam if you're going to pick him up, just because, you know, you don't need to shoot as much in cam. I think where his best attributes lie is definitely in that cam position, where he can, you know, he's got really nice passing. That's actually another one of his pros I forgot to mention. His passing's really nice. Unless you're passing on his weak foot, you know, any time he passes on his right foot, it's a really nice, successful pass. So yeah, overall I did enjoy Christopher Nkunku. I'd say his fun factor is definitely 9. He's anyone who's pacey with the 5-star skill moves, play dribbling, is going to be, you know, in and around that 8, 9, 10 rating. And then a value for coins, I would say it's right around the 8.5 mark for him, just because 140,000 coins is quite a lot, especially this early on in FIFA, and I think his card obviously will go down in price as we go a bit forward. So as soon as we have that, you know, we always get that sort of price crash, the market crash sort of time in and around the end of October. So yeah, maybe if you're looking to get him, pick him up then, and he'll definitely be worth the coins. And I think if I choose him in cam a lot more, this review would be a bit more positive. But I think because I used him in striker quite a bit, his shooting did just let me down a little bit. But yeah, so overall rating, I would probably go around that 8 out of 10 mark. And he's definitely FUT Champs ready, especially for that cam position, as I said. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything to do with Christopher Nkunku. I'd say if you're going to put him into a 4-2-3-1, I'd put him in the middle cam. I think he could do a job on the wide cams just because his pace and his passing is really nice. So think about putting him there. If you've already got someone for your middle cam position, he could definitely do a job on that wide cam position. In a 4-2-1-2 and 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, I'm thinking about putting him as the right centre mid in that, just because I think he'd do a great job there. But obviously cam as well would be a really nice place to put him. But yeah, so as I said, I would definitely still recommend him for FUT Champs. I think he's a very, very good player on this game. There is some other, you know, players you can get for reasonably like a lot cheaper price basically. Another one of those players that comes to mind is probably Nabil Fekir. I would probably recommend him over Nkunku, and I'm actually someone who loves to do skill moves, so yeah, I thought that was really surprising. But yeah, as you can see, here's the team we played him in. Did get him for, as I said, 137k, and I did actually have Fekir in this team because that was the idea. I was going to play Nkunku striker and have Fekir cam, then I kind of like switched them just to see how Nkunku was in game. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this Nkunku player review. Let me know which player you'd like me to review next, and don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and the bell notification so you get notified when my videos go live, and I'll catch you next one.